We'll discuss regarding this firearm injury. So, firearm injury is otherwise called the ballistics. So, ballistic is a science dealing with the study of firearm and ammunition. If we divide the ballistic is internal ballistic, external ballistic, and terminal ballistic. Internal ballistics are the study of firearms and projectile, whereas external ballistic is the motion of projectile, and terminal ballistic is the study of wound in the human, that is wound from the firearms. Firearms are the weapon used for firing or shooting is called firearms, whereas the ammunition it means the cartridge and its gradient. Then come to this general makeup. It is made up of a hollow metallic tube having known as barrel. So barrel has two ends, one is breech end, another is a muzzle end. So breech end is the closed end, and whereas the muzzle end is the open end. And the breech end usually were used to load ammunition, and it is a special device called trigger. The bullet or pellet are fired when we when we touch the trigger and press the trigger back, then there will be the bullet or pellet are fired from by the operation of it. So when trigger is operated, then this striking of a firing pin, the pin will strike to get a light. That light will connect to the mixtures in primer or detonator. That means they flame the mixture in primer and detonator, so that the detonator explodes and the fire or flames ignite the propellant, getting generations of heavy gas and pressure. Then because of this pressure, the bullet or pellet ejected with a high velocity. Come to the types of firearms. So usually we are getting two types of firearms. One is gun, another is shotgun. Gun is otherwise known as a rifle firearms. So rifle firearms are the firearm weapon which can fire a missile or a bullet. The rifling is found in the barrel. So the barrel is cut into spiral groups longitudinally from a chamber to the muzzle end on the inner aspect. The purpose of the rifling is to achieve a gyroscopic movement which turn gives a steadiness during its flight, so prevents its wobbling. It gives the bullet a greater power of penetration, and it covers a longer range, improves the accuracy of hitting the target. There is a two type of rifling. One is clockwise and anti-clockwise rifling. And the rifling mark also we can observe if a bullet fired from a rifle, and it develops on the surface of the bullet. Microscopic study of it gives an idea about the gun. It is considered as a fingerprint of the firearms. The medical legal importance of the rifling mark, it helps in the identification of the crime gun. Then come to the caliber of a gun. It is the diameter of the barrel or bore. It is measured as the distance between two lands. The caliber unit may be in inch or in the millimeter. In the inch, we can tell as example 0303 rifle, that is a Indian military rifles. On the millimeter, there is 6.35 millimeter, 7.62 millimeter, 7.65 millimeter, like that. Then come to the classification of gun. There is 6 variety of guns. One is air operated or gas operated. Then there is 303 rifles, pistols, revolver, automatic pistols, and the machine guns. Come to the cartridge of a gun. Cartridge of a gun is a rifle firearms ammunition can be loaded into the chamber of the gun. It can discharge the bullet on being fired. It is made of two segments. One is cartridge cage and bullet. The cartridge cage is an elongated metallic cylinder made up of a copper nickel alloy, the length of which varies with type of gun. Two ends, closed end, that is the base. On the center, a depression called percussion cap or primary cup. The terminal end with a groove which fixes with the base of the bullet, that is called cannelure. Gunpowder is placed in between detonator and the bullet. Come to the shotgun and smooth bore firearms. Shotguns or smooth bore firearms are weapons which can be fired missiles in the form of multiple pellets at the time. The inner wall of the barrel is smooth. It is known as bore, and it is the inner diameter of the barrel. There is a direct method and indirect method. It is measured in an inch or mm, like 0.5 to 1.25 centimeter. Indirect method, it is the number of spherical balls of uniform size fitted. It is prepared from a 1 lb or the 450 grams of pure lead, that is 4 to 32 bore weapon. Then come to the choking of shotgun. Constriction on the muzzle end of the barrel to reduce depression of the fired lead pellet is called choking. Various types of chokings are there depending on the fraction of 1 inch, like full choke, 3/4 choke, half choke, 1/4 choke, like the improvised cylinder, true cylinder, where there is knee choking. Advantages of choking: it can maintain the shot to remain together for long distance during their flight from the muzzle end to the target. It can reduce spread area of the pellet on the target end. It makes the weapon more lethal. Cartridge of a shotgun. So cartridge of a shotgun, it is a smooth bore firearm ammunition which can be loaded into the chamber of the shotgun. It can discharge the pellet on being fired. Structures are made up of cartridge case, gunpowder, wad and pellet. Cartridge case is a elongated cylindrical made of cardboard. Length varies with the type of shotgun. It has two ends. One is flat closed end, that is the base, made up of metal. There is a central depression called also percussion cap. A flat end, that is terminal end, closed by cardboard disc. It holds the pellet behind it. Come to the gunpowder. Gunpowder is the compartment immediately next to the detonator towards the base at the cartridge cage. There will be this gunpowder closed by a wad, that is a rounded disc of some thickness made up of compressed paper, and it placed in between the gunpowder and the pellet. Pellet are the multiple uniform spherical ball of lead. This cardboard disc and the wad helps to keep this pellet as a core in one mass within the cartridge cage. Then come to the gunpowder. Gunpowder are three types. One is black powder, semi-smoke powder and the smokeless powder. Black powder constituents are the potassium nitrate 75% plus sulfur 10% and charcoal 15%. Depending on the size or fine, the black powder into there, if it is more finer, it is triple FG. If it is little less, then double FG. Then if it is more less, then it is fine gunpowder. Then come to the semi-smoke. Semi-smoke are combination of the 80% of black powder and 20% of smokeless powder. Smokeless powders are constituents of the smokeless powder are nitrocellulose plus nitroglycerin and nitroguanidine. More F means, as we are observing in this black gunpowder, that is more fine granules and it will faster burning. It can travel up to 60 to 90 centimeters. 1 gram of black powder produces 3000 to 4000 cc of gas. The gases are carbon monoxide, dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen sulfides, hydrogen and methanes. 1 gram of smokeless powder whereas release 12,000 to 13,000 of gases. Come to these injuries. On the injuries, if it is by rifle, so rifle can cause injury due to release of flame, due to release of soot particles, due to release of gunpowder, gases and bullet. So this flame, it is observed, it will cross a distance of 15 centimeters, whereas soot particles 30 centimeters, gunpowder up to 90 centimeters, and gases are only on contact, and bullet is a higher distance, it is variable. So depending on the specific effect, on the flame there is chance of burn injury. Because of smooth particle there is chance of smudging. Because of gunpowder there is chances of blackening, tattooing, and because of gases gases, there is chance of heat combustion effect, and because of bullet there is possibility to get abrasion color, entry wound as well as exit wound. So features of the firearm entry wound. How will know that it is the entry wound? So for entry wound you have to go for a muzzle imprint, singeing of the hairs, smudging and blackening, tattooing and peppering, abrasion color, grease color, cherry red discoloration of the tissues. What is this abrasion color? Abrasion color, where the bullets strike the skin against the elasticity of the skin, is abraded around the hole due to rubbing and gyrating movement of the bullet, and this marginal abrasion produced is called a abrasion color. It is perpendicular entry of the bullet develops a abrasion color of round shape. If it is in angle, then it may be a oblique or oval shape. Then what is the grease color? Grease color is a black ring around the marginal abrasion made up of a grease substance is called grease color or dat color. It is resulting from removal of the substances from the bullet as it passes through the skin or bullet lubrications, lead and barrel debris. It is found that some contusion present along with the abrasion, that is called contusion color, and the abrasion and contusion color are 1 to 3 mm wide. The medical legal importance, it is proof of entry wound, and sometimes it gives an idea of direction of the firing. Then different type of entry wound we can observe. This depending on the distance of firing. One is contact shot, one is close shot, another is near shot, and the last is the distance shot. So distance shot means when it is more than 60 centimeter, we can tell it's a distance shot. At contact, when there is directly contact with the body, then we are telling contact shot. And if it is 2.5 to 7.5 centimeter, we can tell close. And if 30 to 60 centimeter, we can tell it is near shot. So come to the difference between the entry and exit wound. So entry and exit wound, the size, especially entry wound is smaller and exit wound is bigger. Edges is inverted in the entry, whereas inverted in the exit. Burning, blackening and tattooings are present in the entry wound, where it is absent in the exit. Abrasion color, grease color are present in the entry, whereas it's absent in the exit. Bleeding is less in the entry, whereas more in the exit. There is protrusion of the fat. There will be no protrusions of the fat in the entrance wound, whereas it will comes out, protrude outside in the exit. The cherry red discolorations are chance to get present if it is a very contact or close shot, where it is exit, it is absent. The fiber clothes, if the person's wear at the time of attack, there is possibility to get the fibers and cloths in the entry, where it is in the exit rarely will get. And the lead ring seen in the x-ray, especially in the entry wound, where it is absent in the exit. If you go for a spectrography test, then we'll get this metal, especially more metals we get in the entry, where there is very less chance to get the metals in the exit wound. Then come to the peculiar effect of the gunshot wounds. So one is known as ricochet bullet. Ricochet bullet is a type of bullet which a bullet get bounced or deflected by striking an intermediary hard object before striking the target. It is seen in a firearm of inferior quality. The wound of entry having large size, large edges, without blackening, tattooing and abrasion color. Medical legal importance, it might explain the path taken by the bullet. Then come to the tandem bullet. Tandem means it is one behind the other. Here the wound entry in a depth shows more than one bullet arranged exactly one behind the other. It is seen in a firearm that is old, unused for longer period and inferior quality. Come to the shotgun wound. So shotgun wounds are caused by lead pellet, soot particles from the smoke and debris, unburnt and burnt gunpowder, flames and hot gases under pressure, carbon monoxide, wads either cardboard or felt, detonator constituents and the fragment of the cartridge case. So here also the components are the gun flames, gun smokes, cardboards, wads, gases and lead shot. Distance, if you observe, it is also the same like that distance, but only it is observed that these cards can move up to 2 meters, the wads can move up to 1.25 meters, and this gunpowder can move up to 90 centimeters, and this gun flame can comes to 15 centimeters. So because of the flames there is combustion effect. Because of the gunpowder there is chance of blackening and tattooing, and because of the cards there is chance of abrasion or contusions. For wads also like minor injuries like abrasion and contusion, and for the gases there is chance of cerebral discolorations, and for the lead shot there is chance of entry and exit wound. So medical legal aspect of the firearms. So when the firearm produced, then whether it is the crime bullet or the crime gun or the, so we have to observe. So for the medical legal importance, what the type of firearms, can you tell by seeing this injury what is the range of firing? Can you able to speak regarding the direction of the firing and what the injury produced, that injury is sufficient to cause death, or what is the motive behind these injuries? So this is the medical legal importance of the firearms. Then come to the bullet, whether this bullet is the crime bullet or test bullet or it is a exhibit bullet. So bullet when produced in the court, we are telling it is exhibit bullet. This exhibit bullet may be a crime bullet or may be a test bullet. So crime bullet usually recovered from the crime site and from the body of the deceased, whereas the test bullet will fire from the firearm, and we can able to tell this crime bullet is fired from this firearm. So to know the firearm, so we can go for a test bullet. Then there is a question arise, what is firearm residue? Firearm residues are something laid over the hand in the firearms in target. Then ballistic expert may be looking for this residue, especially from the person who used that firearms. So there are firearm residues are the powder particles and the soot. To test the firearm residue, there are many tests are there. One is the more paraffin test, that is called also dermal nitrate test, Harrison-Gilroy test, neutron activation analysis test, flameless atomic absorption spectrometry, scanning electron microscopy, energy dispersible X-rays. So these are all about the test regarding this firearm residues. Thank you.